In this video I'll be reviewing Bricklink Designer Program Series 3 Forest Stronghold, kindly sent to me by the Bricklink Designer Program for this review, but I'll also briefly go over the other 4 models since I got to see them at the LEGO Fan Media Days a couple weeks ago, and so I'll start with the smallest, the Camping Adventure. This is one of the smallest BDP series products ever done, I think, which is kinda great if people are looking into more affordable models. The overall camping scene is stacked with details. I'm sure the interior of the camper is as well, though I didn't have much time to check it out, kinda getting some A-frame cabin vibes out of this, which is cool. Prices around the world are all over the place, so I'm not too sure what to make of it, but for a model that has 669 pieces, it kinda feels okay. Seeing it in the flesh, I really like the Arbor Master's office. There's the underside of the build that seems to have a lot of underwater wildlife and animals, while the building above is once again stacked with details, but also stickers with my favorite referencing the LEGO fuel company Octane. The building is very interesting, especially with that slanted roof on the ground floor, and there's plenty of interior details as well, as the floors can be all removed. A bedroom on the loft, and the Arbor Master's office on the floor below. On top of that, there's an extra side build with the boat kinda floating above the water, having the same style of underwater life below it, much like the main building. This one has little over 2,400 pieces, so you be the judge on value per price, but it feels like European prices have the edge above all others around the world. Next up, the Art of Chocolate feels to me like the best out of all 5 when it comes to the building experience. I'm seeing a lot of different parts of the build sitting at weird angles at the front, and a lot of studs not on top building techniques, so this one should be fun to build. And as is the case with the previous ones, stacked with detail, kinda geared more towards the Christmas season, with the snow-covered roofs and white spots here and there. While the front is stacked with colors and texture, the back is kinda plain, but does feature opening walls that let us explore all of the interior details, like chefs working on their craft or chocolate making machines. This one has little over 2,600 pieces, and these are the prices all over the world. I had high hopes for the Lost City, but you can kinda see where this is going with my initial statement. I'm not a big fan of broken down things done in LEGO, but I really love exploration and adventure in general, so I feel this one could have been a lot more than what it turned out to be. Adventurers was one of my favorite themes growing up, and those sets had something that Lost City doesn't: hidden secrets, traps, and play functions. Or at least I wasn't able to uncover any with the amount of time I had with the model. There seems to be interesting building techniques all around. That center room with the water mirror is kinda cool, but yeah, I'm not really sure about this one. It will have 3,500 pieces, and these will be the prices. And finally, the Forest Stronghold set that I'll go into a lot more detail. The premise with this one is, once again, the existence of a broken down stronghold the forestmen took over and turned into their base of operations. And as such, you'll get a bunch of forestmen minifigures, set with the classic decorated torsos, hats and gear that for the most part are the bows. There's also these 2 minifigures that kinda look more of civilian types, and then the 3 black falcons, properly equipped to protect the goods this horse and carriage combo are moving. I'm always a fan of how LEGO, and in this particular case the Bricklink Designer Program, makes sure to include extra pieces for you to have your horse on its own. The path this small team will take under the bridge will lead them right into forestman territory that will, as they usually do, take over whatever goods privileged people are bringing with them, and in this case a chest with some gold ingots and coins, so neat little storytelling going on with that. The stronghold itself is a very impressive building all around, with its 2 main structures built over some rock formations, connected at the middle with that bridge I just mentioned that can be taken out for you to transport the whole thing more easily, or to have both buildings displayed separately if you'd like. Now looking at this and comparing it to the Lion Knight's Castle set, which is the closest thing in design I could think of, you can kinda see the broken down effect shown everywhere, with some cracks on the walls, brick built texture rather than just using the profile bricks, Profile bricks in dark tan here and there, worn down dark blue roofs, and even nature setting in, with trees and tree branches starting to pop everywhere, as well as vines and foliage showing up on the walls. I do need to mention these, some of the connections of the trees, due to the tolerances of the elements, make some of these branches become way too loose. This should never be the case, and seeing it happening in lots of these connections doesn't look too good on LEGO Elements quality control. The target practice setup over on this side is kinda cool. I like to see bits of living quarters popping up in brighter colors that kinda make the grey looks of it all not so boring. There's even some smoke here, and I like how every location on the stronghold is somehow connected, with paths that lead you there, going through the battlements, passages, doors, or stairs, like the staircase at the front, spiraling up, which was a very cool building technique. If you've built the LEGO Lion Knight's castle, you'll find a lot of similar features here, which is great if you'd like both buildings to seem like they belong together, though I would have enjoyed seeing some innovation, as it feels like this one was directly inspired by the official LEGO set. The arrow slits are the same design, the battlements and the way they're using these rounded pieces, or this particular window design that looks very similar with the piece choices. I do like the zipline connecting the highest points of both structures, which some forestmen do have the tools to use properly. Tools that didn't even exist in medieval times, but hey, I'm not questioning the timeline here. Turning the model around reveals an open back situation with lots of interior details that add a lot of play to this set. The Lost City, for instance, lacked that in my opinion. But it is not perfect, as these rooms on the far left don't have enough clearance to be played with properly in my opinion. So in here there's an armory with some stairs leading to the upper floor, and to the right a table for people to stand around and eat, I'd assume. Upstairs the place where the forestmen have their stock of food, with a bit more space to access than the levels below, and above an empty room if it weren't for the skeleton. On the opposite side of the stronghold, the top floor has a bunch of random items in there, and a rope for our guys to climb up there. Below, a well-furnished bedroom, and under it, my favorite room of them all, the treasure room, where the forestmen keep all the gold they borrow from people. So trying to think of who'd be into these besides the scalpers and resellers would have to be people with a thing for castle and forestmen for sure. LEGO doesn't make enough products for castle fans, some might say, so if you've been collecting everything the company has put out recently, this could be something nice to have alongside those products. If you have a limited budget and haven't gotten the Lion Knight's castle set, for instance, you'd be better off just saving a bit more to try and get it. It is to this day one of the best LEGO sets I've had the pleasure of building, and I'm not into castle at all. The Forest Stronghold is a limited edition product run, I'll explain in a bit, so that could play a factor in your purchasing decision for sure. And if you do decide to get it, you'll be left with something really cool regardless of my nitpicks and comparisons that was fun to put together. Not out of this world building techniques kinda build, but something that you will enjoy for sure if you're into LEGO at all. I know I did. The model has 3,400 pieces and will be priced like this all over the world, which isn't terrible. So yeah, looking back at all 5 Bricklink Designer Program Series 3 models, my favorite has got to be the Arbor Master's Office, the Art of Chocolate for the building experience, and the Forest Stronghold for nostalgia. The camping adventure is nice cause it won't break your bank, and the Lost City doesn't do enough for me personally. The crowdfunding phase for all 5 will start in a few days, and only the sets that get up to at least 3,000 pre-orders will actually be produced up to 30,000 units during a limited one-time production run. So if you're thinking of grabbing any, set those reminders because the scarcity sometimes leads to some of these being sold out in a few hours. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.